Greetings, Gemini. Welcome to your divinely guided rune reading here for the week. It's the 111 energetic portal rune reading. Huge rune reading here for this week for you, Gemini, as well as everyone here collectively. I have the chakra tokens back here this week. That's why we're doing the other camera angle here as well. So let me know in the comments below how you like it. Here at the end, when we do the chakra tokens, we'll go over the solfeggio frequency, the hand mudra position, and the sound for meditation. So let's get into your divinely guided rune reading. In the energetic past here, Gemini, we have the rune of the harvest. It's also called Yera. Yera is called the year. Yera means year. This is an irreversible rune, as you can see while I'm twirling it there. And this is like one kenas, see one torch going the other way, okay, going one way and going the other way. So manifesting, trailblazing energies of kenas is like planting the seeds, is like what you sow is what you reap, the harvest, right? This is like energetic kind of a harvest here. So this is in all aspects, this means cycles, endings making beginnings, beginnings making endings simultaneously, right? During this period at the end of the harvest, what we do with our crop, we assess it, right? We evaluate it, see if we need to adjust tactic for next year. So this is kind of like the evaluation period between cycles before you start generating your new one. So this is maybe a time of study, a time of not necessarily karmic lessons, but really a period of definitely reaping what you're sowing here energetically. So this could be good or bad. So this could be like, yeah, I have a lot of good energy I put out. That's more a karmic based. This is more like deliberate actions, right? What are your actions, or what are your leadership kind of styles like that like, and your immediate vicinity and learning lessons thereof. Take what resonates here, Gemini, leave what doesn't. In the energetic now is Isa. So this is interesting. So this could be good or bad either, or as well. So this is really on how you look at it, Gemini. It's a matter of perspective and how you're handling the energies that you're in, or how you've been with this rune of Yera here. Now, Isa is the rune of rest. After a harvest, it's winter, right? Fall to winter. That's part of the cycle. So we get to rest during the winter. We get to slow down. Isa, the rune of ice, is the ice forming over the lake, like it does in the winter. The slower that it happens, the slower you go, right? The slower that happens, the less particulates and air that gets trapped in the ice, and the deeper you can see into that lake, the deeper you can see into yourself for clarity. So this is a big time for rest, recharge right now at the winter season. And why I said this could go either way is because this, in the negative aspect of this, is slipping on the ice, right? Or feeling stuck, rigid, frozen like ice, just feeling like that, or having those aspects of ego about yourself with the wounded divine feminine, wounded divine masculine aspects. Yeah. So that's the negative aspect of it. Take what resonates, Gemini, and it's really 110% what you make of it. What you make of it. Is this the rune of like transmutation, literal like divine transmutation here? Dagas in the near future is like that butterfly, or that infinite symbol, the infinite clarity as well. So butterfly emerging from the chrysalis, like you've went through changes. That chrysalis could have been that crystalline like period of being standing still, right? And emerging the butterfly, like this is like springtime energies, right? Also, this is that nexus point, or the 0 point, the perfect balance of the dichotomy energies, kind of like the temperance card in tarot, where it's transmutation from night into day, or day into night. It's divine true alchemy within yourself, where you're having that hourglass tipped on its side, and you have like this infinite amount of clarity, being at this place in the middle where everything seems to stand still. Out here, it's rapid, everything's changing, but in the center where you're balanced, Everything is present, everything is there, and you're able to manifest and make and change whatever you want, like that Temperance card. Okay, so definitely changes for you, realizing that you're never going to be the same again. You can't go back to the you used to be. Another cycle is complete, another one's begun. And the influence of the now, Gemini, for you is, okay, Othala. Othala is, and why I say okay is because I'm a Gemini Sun and Venus, and this is all like hitting home pretty hard for me right now. So, okay, Othala is the rune of stability, legacy, that you could have received something like an inheritance or income or some legacy or legacy work even. You could be influenced into this legacy work, what is transitory versus what's perpetual, and trying to strive for something more perpetual rather than transitory, something that's more healthy and lasting rather than something that's not. All right, so with this legacy, this is a perfect time to really do this as you're in kind of like this period of standstill, as you're in kind of like this period of honing in and really focusing on your foundation, right? In the winter time, at the end of this cycle, when we've learned and evaluated, and then we rest for even deeper clarity. I mean, Gemini, you're really going introspective here and getting into your legacy work. Wow. You are, if anyone challenges you to say that you're not being deep, I just show them this rune reading here this week, Gemini, because you're going through it. You are being deep. You're not necessarily going through it in a negative context. You're just going through a lot of deep energies, right? You're transmutating, and you're doing some major. I think this influence of this legacy, this healthy like reputation, this legacy. What do you want to leave behind in the world? Kind of work. The influence. So you're kind of pausing. Gaining that clarity, still resting before you're like, okay, then it's change. You're like a mutable air sign. You are a mutable air sign, Gemini. So this, I know you're kind of chomping at the bit to get to this, and you're very cerebral. You want to rush to it almost, and you're like there. But if this reading resonates, consider a private session to explore your path, your energy, and the guidance of the runes more deeply. Each comment, share, or subscription helps this work reach more seekers like you who are looking for clarity and growth. Thank you all for showing up, for engaging, and for honoring your journey. Together, we are strengthened in this circle of awakening. Let's see what we have to do in the now. Ooh, okay. And I've been holding on to this here for a minute. All right, I did not look at this, and my reaction, I apologize for. And why I say, ooh, okay, is because this is the hail room. Okay, this is like a tower moment, and this is like the things, the unintended eventualities, not ifs, but whens, the type of energy in our life that's very grounding and very divinely guided and transcends any barriers. This is an irreversible rune. That means hail, natural disasters. This is making sure here that you aren't looking at things in that negative aspect still, right? You're looking at things that are happening for you rather than to you. And you're doing this work for yourself. All right, this rune of Hagalaz, the hail rune here, in the advice for the now. When it's in the advice for the now position, Gemini, I just say let it go. Just let it happen. Just whatever it is, let the storm pass. Right, you got hail and you got ice right there. And you got the influence of your legacy. You're weathering out the storm. You're like testing your foundation here, it looks like. But this is just letting divine remove what is no longer divinely guided in your path. An unintended eventuality is a lot like a house repair or home repair, but this is also that troublesome person being removed from your life, that bad career, suddenly you're not there anymore, or that place that you didn't like living at, right? These things, we have hundreds and thousands of these that happen with us in our lives, Gemini, is when we look at them as happening to us, that our ego gets involved and disguises itself as intuition and leads us down that stuck, frozen, rigid, repeating life lessons kind of stuff. But when you're in it for that stillness and the surrender to the now, you're looking at already, this is happening, right? Happening for you. Okay, divine, what are the things being removed from my life? And what are the blessings that you are opening my life up for? Because let me tell you, it might hurt for a moment, but it's all happening for you, Gemini. All right, I'm a Gemini Sun and Venus, so this is definitely, my mind is just racing right now. So let's stop that mind racing and get into what our outcome is. What's our outcome? Our outcome for this is Manas. Manas is the rune of mankind. This is one clan flag like Wujo, your joy, your bliss, your pleasure, your clan flag of success after trial. That whole energy, right? Facing another one. This is also, it has Nagas within it, I like to point out. There's that clarity, that built-in transmutation, this understanding of knowing what comes around goes around, like mankind. But this is like healthier, as when it's in these two positions, the outcome or the near future, I like to see this as a joining up of energies rather than a defense or a weight kind of energy as well. So with this is you're staying grounded. I see you adopting into like this increase of clan awareness. You're increasing in your sense of stability and where you stand in the world, where you stand in your tribe, in your community, in the collective. This is more broad range. This is more you like, and well, it could be personal too with yourself, with your personal attachment to labels, outcomes, identities, that sort of thing. Healthier aspects of this in the future you get to look forward to. I see this as you really holding your ground here, Gemini, with this all this learning that you've been involved with and all this study and this whatever this is, this little storm here that happens in the second week of January here for you. Okay, this is going to be a big catalyst for that big portal. And I think this is more closer to when that portal is, that you'll be in that divine alchemy, right? You have Dagas in here like twice, Gemini. You are changing. You are changing things. You are showing up in ways that I think this influence is stronger than we've given it credit for. I think this has been in the back of your mind this whole time, Gemini and Sothala. Let me know in the comments below how this resonates here with you, but I think this legacy work kind of goes hand in hand here with this stability and your kind of reassurance of that legacy work. And I think you're really trimming the fat or holding the ground here, Gemini. Honestly, whatever this is, I mean that in the most sincere way, releasing what needs to be released and adopting what needs to be adopted, simply put. And with that, you get that huge increase of sense of self-worth, identity, where you stand in the world, and there you go, changing paradigms. I think this is you changing a paradigm, Gemini. With this is that transitory or perpetual. Paradigm shifts come in with that perpetual energy. With the 7 generations or more, like pay it forward. Yeah. Keeping an eye on you, Gemini. Let me know in the comments below how this all resonates here with you. And we're going to get a card of clarity before the chakra tokens today. And with that, it's, okay, first card up is Inspire. These are divinely guided, handmade, embossed cards. Inspire. Yeah. I for inspire. You can just call it that here, Gemini. You are being watched and listened and followed by so many people that you don't even know about. Kind of like the tower moments that we have in our life, right? We have a lot of those that we don't even know about in our lives. But I see you being an inspiration and being inspired. You're like inspiring yourself, which recently maybe you've been actually lacking in that department. And I see this inspiration returning and you're getting into your creative self here, Gemini. You're doing some magic out there. Let me know in the comments below. All right, we're going to get a chakra token here. And the chakra token for today for you, Gemini, for this week is root chakra. Incidentally, the music that's been playing is 396 hertz solfeggio frequency. That's the solfeggio frequency for the root chakra. So the root chakra is the first chakra, and it's located at the base of the spine. This chakra is associated with survival, safety, and security. Someone with a blocked root chakra would typically be fearful or anxious. Listen to 396 hertz solfeggio frequency, and it'll help to stimulate the part of the subconscious brain that is associated with this blockage and help to unearth negative belief systems and feelings residing deep in the subconscious mind. When your root chakra, Gemini, is unblocked, you should feel secure, connected to your body, and grounded. So that is beautiful here for you. The root chakra, the mantra for the root chakra is LAM. So LAM, L-A-M, you can hum it, you can sing it out loud, or you can just think it to yourself. The mudra for this is a little bit more of a tricky one. I was practicing right before we started. We're going to interlock the pinkies and the ring fingers. That's the name I'm looking for. But first, we're going to start off with the thumb and the index finger. We're forming a chain, an unbreakable chain, okay? The middle finger is going to go straight up against its counterpart on the other hand, okay? And with that, we're interlocking the pinky and the ring fingers. So they're going to be essentially like that, but they're not going to be like super like touchy with each other, because if you have any pain when you're doing these mudras, back them off a little bit. You shouldn't have any pain while doing mudras. Okay, so this is the root chakra mudra. Okay, you rest this in your lap, or you can point it to your no-nos. That's where your root chakra is. And you hum that solfeggio frequency of LAM, that mantra of LAM, listening to the solfeggio frequency of 396 hertz. That is the meditation for you for this week. Namaste. Have a blessed and abundant week, Gemini.